Good morning, everyone. So once again, we are going to started the unit number three, last point of cyber security and digital forensic. As you know that, still we had discussed the various point related with the cyber attacks and what do you mean by the cyber attack? Proper definition regarding the cyber attacks. Then we had discussed the topic of categories of cyber attacks in the which different category will be used for the cyber attacks, how the criminal minded person try to use the methods and the technology to hack the system to get the data from the organizations. As we know that just we are going to discuss about the cyber security, you might be aware about what do you mean by the cyber attack. Means a lot of example will be there. Recently, you know that from the last 2 years, all the worlds we can say that will be depending on the internet. So with the help of internet, we'll try to uh, get the particular entertainment also. We'll try to do the transaction, online transaction also. We'll try to improve our all the activities also with the help of internet. All the thing will be done with the help of internet. So from small children to older one, everyone wants internet in their mobile if they have the smartphone, and they will try to use the different techniques with the help of internet. So today we are going to discuss one of the topic, that is the last one topic of the cyber security and digital forensic, unit number 3, that is the cyberspace infrastructure attacks framework for improving critical infrastructure cyber security. That is a very large kind of a sentence here. So before moving toward the this topic, as you know that before previous century, or before we can say that world war two, that will be happen. So that was a physical type of a war, and all you know that this corona and all the things. So third war or a fourth war maybe for the existence of the particular countries, that will be choose the different type of a method or techniques for attacking the people, for getting access on the people by using the different type of wars. So physical, instead of physical war, they will try to choose the biological weapon war. They will try to choose the cyber war. They will again try to use the different methods for the war. So once they know how to demolish the particular country, how to, because you know that in the recent example of corona, that is a biological war that could be happen, and that is a part of the particular one type of China, from one China, that particular coronaviruses will be spread everywhere. So this kind of a war may try to you can say that demolish the particular peoples of the each and every country. They also try to break for the economical growth, effect for the economics also, and all the things that will be happen. Recently you had seen such type of war maybe get in future also. That is a possibility. So some country which having the different skill person, or they may try to focuses on the cyber war also. As you know that recently in a previous example before the Diwali, we had discussing on the Facebook attack that is happened, that for the WhatsApp or Facebook WhatsApp, there will be the server will be hacked for the some hours, and that particular person from the abroad that tried to hack the particular server, and they try to get the data of each and every person who want to access the particular facilities from the Facebook and WhatsApp, Instagram, and what Facebook and DC. So recently also we had discussed about the one of the criminal minded person from the Pakistan that also attacked on the particular uh, organizations to get the access and to get the detail from that particular uh, organizations. So this cyber war is the use of a digital kind of attack, or maybe the attack to the particular nations, that causes the comparable harm to actual welfare, and disrupting the vital computer systems. So if the any organizations or any country having the capacity of a skillful person, they try to choose the next war will be the cyber war. They try to harm your system, they try to harm your networks by using the internet, and they try to attack on the each and every system. So there is a significant debate among experts regarding the definition of cyber warfare. And even if such a thing exists, one view is that the term cyber warfare is a misnomer, since no offensive cyber action to date could be described as a war. An alternative view is that a cyber warfare is a suitable label for the cyber attacks which causes physical damage to people and objects in the particular real world. So, while describing the particular topic regarding the cyber warfare as a term, we can say that many countries, including the US, UK, Russia, China, Israel, Iran, North Korea, also have active cyber capabilities for offensive and defensive kind of operations. So, this country may have the capability that they do the particular cyber war in the world with any country. So that have the capability for offensive and the defensive kind of operations. As as the states export the use of the cyber operation and combined capabilities, the likelihood of physical confirmation and violence playing out as a result of a part of the cyber operation is increased. So, what kind of operation we need to do, and what type of action we need to consider. So, these are the part for the cyber warfare. So, cyber warfare is used in a broad context to denote interstate use of a technological force within computer networks in which information is stored, shared, and communicated online. So, cyber warfare, we can say that is the extension of a policy by action taken by cyberspace by state actors, that is that constitute a serious threat to another state's security, or an action of the same nature taken in the response to serious threat to the state's security actual, that we need to they are try to may use some kind of a policies and methods that will be may attack on the securities of the nations. So, as considering the cyber security framework, or the improving the critical infrastructure of a cyber security, it is the policy of the United States to enhance the security and realize of the nation's critical infrastructure, and to maintain a cyber environment that encourages efficiency, innovation, and economic perspective while promoting safety, security, business confidentiality, privacy, and the civil liabilities. That is a part for the particular improving the cybersecurity infrastructure. The cybersecurity framework will include the set of standards, methodologies, procedures, and processes that align policies, business, and technological approaches to address cyber risk. So that framework will be designed properly, and that framework may contain the different policies, the different technological approaches regarding the businesses and regarding the particular cyber risk. Because no one, anyone, organizations, any country also, so all the organizations, all the country wants their data will be safe from the hackers. So they will try to decide the different policies, standards, methodologies, and technologies. By using that, they will try to identify the cyber risk which will be associated, because everyone knows that this thing may be happening in future also. So everyone wants to take care from such kind of activity. So this is the cyber risk, how to identify it and how we are going to overcome. The cyber security framework will provide the such kind of methodologies and procedures and standards how to overcome such kind of a activity. It provides a prioritized, flexible, repeatable, performance-based and cost-effective approach, including information security measures and controls to help owners and operators of a critical infrastructure identify, assess, and manage the cyber risk. It identifies areas of improvements to be addressed through future collaboration with particular sectors and standards developing the organizations. Is consistent with the voluntary international standards. So, how to identify and how to improve the particular areas which will be get to be addresses and in particular sectors and to be identified. So, proper organization standard of developing organization will be required there. So what type of a performance will be required, what is the cost effective approach will be required, how we are going to prioritize it. So all that will be including the information regarding the security, that security measure will be properly controlled, and that will be helpful for the owners and the operators of a critical infrastructure. So as this diagram may suggest that how the development of a framework will be there. So framework is for organization, means in this diagram you can see that how engage the stakeholder, then the collect, categorize, post RFI responses, analyze RFI responses, identify framework elements, prepare and publish the particular framework. This is an ongoing engagement that will be there for the development of the particular framework. The framework for the organizations considered that is of any size in any sector in the critical infrastructure that already have a mature cyber risk management and cyber security programs. Means if you are going to design the framework for the organizations at that time, you need to identify what is the size of the particular organizations and which sectors, means for outside or internal side, which is the critical infrastructure will be there, and that will be need to be identified, that already have a mature cyber risk management and cyber security programs, that don't yet have a cyber risk management or cyber security programs, needing to keep up to date managing risk facing business or societal threats. In the federal government too, since it is compatible with the FISMA requirements and the goals. So continue improve critical infrastructure cyber security on an ongoing basis, facilitate and support the development of a voluntary, consensus-based industry-led set of standards, guidelines, best practices, methodologies, procedures, and the processes to cost effective reduce cyber risk to critical infrastructure. So as considering the cyber security framework components, so framework profile, framework core, and framework implementation tiers, these are the three categories or three components will be associated with the cyber security framework. As considering a framework profile, it aligns industry standards and best practices to the framework core in a particular implementation scenario, support prioritizations and measurement while factoring in a business needs. That is the framework for the profile. Means in this we need to properly use the standards and particular best practices for improving the particular framework in a core and in a particular implementation scenario, and we need to properly prioritize, and measurement will be there while factoring in the business needs. As considering framework for the core, cybersecurity activities and informative references organized around particular outcomes. It enables communications of a cyber risk across an organization. So, what do you mean by the risk will be there associated with the particular organizations? So, proper communication will be there with the help of the framework core. So, this is a framework will be designed properly for the cyber security framework components. Then third one, that is the cyber framework implementation tiers. So these are the three, means we can say that three elements basically for the cyber security framework, and that is the core one, that is second one is the profile one, and the third one is the implementation tier. So describe how cyber security risk is managed by an organization, and degree the risk management practices exhibits key characteristics, that is the implementation tiers. Mean in this we need to properly describe the what kind of a risk will be associated, and how we are going to identify that risk, and how we are going to use and provide proper solution regarding that particular risk, how we are going to manage that particular risk, because a risk if occurred, then we need to properly management will be required to avoid the risk, and degree to identify how the risk will be damage the particular system, particular organizations, how we need to provide proper solutions. That is the part of the framework implementation tiers. So these are the three elements or the three components regarding the cybersecurity framework. Then key properties of a cyber risk management. As we had discussed in the previous unit also, that key risk management, how to identify the risk, and how to control the particular risk, that is the part of the cyber security. Because if once you need to identify the risk, so you can properly provide solutions in the future, or for the future type of attacks, for future type of threats, and your organization will be get safe from the cyber attacks. So as considering the cybersecurity framework for improving the critical infrastructure cybersecurity, it also more commonly known as the NIST cybersecurity framework, that is the CSF, is by far the most widely used cybersecurity framework in the United States. So NIST stands for the National Institute of Standard and Technology, which operates under the Department of Commerce, and NIST manages, measures and establishes a scientific technological standard for the US private sectors in the fields like science, manufacturing and technologies. So NIST cyber security framework is a comprehensive but also easy to understand the clear guidelines, even if the IT professionals know how to use that particular thing, and how to manage the particular cyber security risk. So that is a part of the cyber security framework. As we had just discussed in that key, there are the three elements, that is the framework for the core, implementation tiers, and the particular framework for the profile. As cyber security framework is a list of implementable controls which is totally represent a cyber security programs, and example of a control including the encrypting the sensitive data. We can say that how the data will be encrypted, then maintaining the policy to patch system regularly, and inventorying the IT assets. So because what type of IT assets will be required, that will be get inventoried properly. Then control vary based on the framework. These controls can be classified under specific categories like access control. Some well-known cybersecurity framework are the NIST Cybersecurity Framework and ISO 27001. Cybersecurity control help business manage cybersecurity risk and ensure business can recover after a cybersecurity event. Different sectors utilize a framework to inform their security policies and security standard also. These are the some example and diagrams will be associated with the how the core framework will be there, how the profile framework will be there. So framework 7-step process at step 1 will be design for the prioritize and scope. Second step will be for the orient. Third step for the create a current profile. Step number 4 will be for the conduct a risk assessment. Step number 5 create a target profile. Step number 6 determine, analyze and prioritize gaps. Step 7 implementation action plan. So, as considering the key attributes regarding the infrastructure framework, so it's a framework, not a prospective standards. So, it provides common language and systematic methodology for managing cyber risk, is meant to be adapted, does not tell an organization how much cyber risk is tolerable, nor provide the one and only formula for cyber security. It enables best practices to become standard practices for everyone via common lexicon to enable action across diverse stakeholders. It is a voluntary and it is a living document. It is a key attribute for the framework. That is, it is intended to be updated as the stakeholders learn from the implementation and as the technology and risk change more later. That is one reason why the framework focuses on questions and organizations need to be asked is able to manage its risk. While practices, technology and standards will change over time and principle will not. That is the key attribute for the framework. So common patterns will be used for the framework structure and infrastructure. That is, it integrates the functions into your leadership's vocabulary and management tool sets. Determine optimal risk management using implementation tiers. It measures current risk management using implementation tiers. It reflects on business environment, governance, and risk management strategy categories. Develop a profile of a cybersecurity priorities, leveraging sectors profiles when available. That is the roadmap will be there. How the example of framework industry resources, that is a part of the some examples will be there. So as we had discussed about just NIST framework, that is a National Institute for Standard Technology, will validate the excellence builders. So these are the some topic that we had just discussed in this video, and that containing the part of the what do you mean by the critical infrastructure, how the infrastructure will be there, and what type of a cyber security risk will be associated with the organizations and any country, how the management will be required there, how the critical infrastructure help them to get overcome from such kind of a activity. So in this we had discussed the three components also, that is a framework for the core, then the profile and the implementation tiers also, that will be used for the different kind of purposes. So as considering the framework for the profile, as considering the framework for the profile, that is a framework profile is an individual combination of an organization's requirement and objectives that are risk appetite and resources for the desired outcomes of the framework core mentioned above. As considering the framework for the implementation tier are based on the scale of 1 to 4 running on partial to adaptive, and are what the NIST cybersecurity framework used to describe the degree to which An organization's cybersecurity risk management practices exhibits the characteristics defined in the NIST cybersecurity frameworks. As considering the framework core is a set of cybersecurity activities and outcomes described in a plain language that small businesses and executive stakeholders in the supply chain will find easy to implement and understand. The framework core aims to help private sector organizations understand, manage, and mitigate cybersecurity risks and data security also without performing complete overhaul of the existing business environment and risk management process. These are some kind of components will be there. See, I hope all of you make it clear your concept, and will finishes here unit number 3 by concluding this chapter, that is a cyber security infrastructure framework. In next lecture we'll start for unit number 4. Thank you very much for attending the video lectures and sessions. Thank you.